Your healing doesn't need to be earned, and it doesn't arrive faster when you push harder. It deepens when you create space and time to heal. Space to listen, space to feel, time to remember. Space to ask this one question: what if this pain was never really mine? Welcome to your quantum collective healing path, where together, your personal transformation ripples with mine through the field of shared awakening. Begin to feel your solar plexus burn with new courage to clear what no longer serves and only hold on to what is true. You feel the ache in your shoulders, and you know it's not just stress, right? It's likely ancestral. If you've ever been judged for still feeling tired despite trying all the things, this is for you. I know the gap in your healing. It's not more supplements. It's not more protocols. It's the absence of time and space to hear what your body has been trying to say. This is the reclamation of that space. Did you know that your unprocessed trauma can alter the expression of over 1,000 genes? So it impacts how your body handles stress, inflammation, and pain. What if your grandmother couldn't express? Your body still might be carrying it. When you make space to listen, you don't just heal symptoms. You heal the inherited silence that's been living in your body for generations. So feel the frequency moving through you, not just words. Get ready and listen in to today's episode. Do you ever feel the echoes of generations stirring in your cells, calling you towards something bigger than surface level release? You aren't here just to ease tension. You are here to remember that your body holds the soul agreements of your lineage, the unhealed trauma, scarcity, grief, pain, and wounds carried forward across time. Welcome to the Soul Contract Healing, The Body Remembers, a sacred container where we move beyond relief to reveal the contracts written in our tissues. I'm Marci, Lubore, your guide and fellow traveler, inviting you to step into a lineage of ancestral healers who carried wisdom from womb to womb. Here, we don't simply heal the body, we honor the soul's mission woven through our ancestry. Each week, we'll lean into ritual and inquiry, listening deeply to the whispers in every ache, unearthing ancestral pacts through acupressure points revered by ancient practitioners. We'll call in allies from essential oils and earthy herbs that resonate with our soul's purpose, and we'll decode the silent messages hiding in our chronic patterns. You carry this remembering already, one breath, one point, one ritual at a time. When you learn a soul contract practice, share it. As you release what was never yours to carry, you reclaim freedom, not only for yourself, but for the generations to come. This series is for educational and ritual purposes only. Always honor your unique path and consult a healthcare provider as needed. Remember, your body remembers, and your soul is calling you home to release the unhealed trauma and suppression and unlock the freedom and wisdom woven through your lineage. Make the time, create the space, heal yourself. Let's begin. Welcome back, beautiful soul. This is episode 31, the first step into the soul contract of healing, a sacred series to help you release inherited trauma and repattern chronic symptoms that were passed silently through your lineage. We're going to get to the map in your symptoms. So what is a soul contract of healing? This isn't just a podcast series. It's a sacred container of high-frequency transmission, a remembering, a reckoning, and a repatterning of all the energetic distortions your body has carried until now. The soul contract begins at the sacred crack where your mind believed it had no choice. But the healing? That's the art of sacred repair through expanded consciousness. Take a breath with me. This is where it begins, where silence ends and sacred recognition returns. I was born into a lineage where silence was survival. And worth was something you earned through pain, through doing, through never needing too much. But I see it through ancestral trauma like cellophane now. I feel the grief that lives behind the words that were never spoken, and I give it voice. That's what I do. It's what I've always done, even before I had the language for it. I don't just speak for myself. I speak for the women who never got to be soft, the ones who were praised for how much they could carry, but never asked what it cost them. And maybe you're one of them. Maybe you're the one who kept it all together, who made it look easy while quietly breaking. Maybe you've been holding pain that didn't start with you, and now you're just beginning to ask, what if this isn't mine? What if I can put it down? This is my soul contract, to name the invisible, to illuminate the crack, to say, this isn't yours to carry anymore, to become the permission my lineage never received. This is not just what I've learned. This is what I am designed to do in this lifetime. According to my human design, I carry an incarnation cross of the unexpected, and I wasn't meant to walk the well-worn path. I came to bring disruption laced with devotion, and to say the thing that no one else will say, and to feel what no one else will admit to feeling. I bring nourishment through truth, knowing what truly sustains life, not just survival, and finding meaning through adversity. I refuse to let pain go unnamed or untransformed. And I'm finding out now it's a gift. I use imagination as activation, as a sacred invitation into these new emotional realities, dreamscapes, and soul-coded beginnings. I do this with leadership through my visionary voice, and I'm channeling collective truth with clarity, timing, and sacred influence. Our ancestors are asking to be heard, and I do not fix the ancestral wound by stitching over it. I hold it up to the light and say, here, look, this is where it hurts, and this is how we set it free. I am a projector, a guide to the invisible. I'm not here to do more. I'm here to see more, to feel what's missing, to name the pattern, to whisper to yourselves, this isn't yours to carry. And when I speak, it's not from force, but from resonance. I repattern the field. I've learned how to witness what was unspoken in the matrilineal line, and then translate it into a sacred story. I hold my mother's silence with compassion and boundary. And I walk beside my sister, who is filled with unconditional love and compassion. And I do that without collapsing into her ancestral wounds. I create frameworks where others can feel, name, and heal. I am the frequency keeper. I'm the lineage liberator. I'm a code breaker. I'm the voice that says what the cells remembered but never spoke. And I know now my purpose is not to be understood by the past. My purpose is to call the future into being. My mother may never understand. My family may never validate me. But the field hears me. The ancestors stir. The future daughters and granddaughters rise. Because I said the thing. Because I stood still when the pattern wanted me to run. Again, because I turned pain into a portal. And let this be known, we do not stay in this place of unraveling forever. We are not meant to live inside the wound. This work, this remembering, this unlayering, this grief, it is the midpoint, not the destination. We are here to close the loops, to break the ancestral trance, to initiate new truths with love and compassion, and to rise together into the rhythm of what I call Sophia's Pulse, the Great Mother, where we dance illuminated in the palm of our own hand, cracks and all, and where we alchemize all of this into gold that fills every ancestral crack. And we wear it as wisdom, because this healing is not the end. It's the alchemy that makes us whole. This is not just my voice. This is a voice of remembrance. And now it's yours too. Your symptoms are not random. They are rhythmic messengers, vibrations from your lineage that pulse with sacred instructions. Every ache, every cycle of fatigue, every tight breath is a golden thread calling you inward. This is not pathology. This is your personal map, your body's sacred blueprint, encoded with wisdom that's just waiting to be deciphered. The cracks are revealed, and you, the listener, begins to remember that pain isn't random. It's ancestrally patterned. If you really look back, you'll see it. Pause in the now for a moment. What has your body been whispering, but you've been too busy, too burdened, or too unsure to hear? Think about that. And yet you might feel the inner conflict rising, a question, a quiet resistance. Could this really be from my lineage? Could my body still be carrying something my great-grandmother didn't have the time or tools to heal? Yes, because the chemistry of survival, grief, fear, shame, silence was shared womb to womb. You were formed inside your mother while she was still forming inside your grandmother. 3 generations of imprinting without words, only sensation, only unspoken stories transferred into silence through blood and breath. In this space, we don't diagnose, we decode. We honor the energetic imprint, not just psychoanalyze it. And what we find isn't brokenness, but the soul's quiet attempt to be heard. And when we honor that signal, that voice, we begin the reclamation of something far more ancient than pain. We reclaim the sacred understanding that healing is your birthright, and it runs through your bloodline like gold. Many of us grew up believing we had a good, loving mother and father, and in many ways we did. But love and safety aren't always the same. As children, we were wired to adapt, not question. So we silenced our own needs. We absorbed her unspoken grief. We inherited beliefs and survival chemistry that never got a voice. And now it shows up in your body as chronic symptoms, as pattern self-sacrifice, as fatigue or inflammation or anxiety. Not because you failed, but because your body adapted to keep you safe. This episode begins a new story together. You are not here to blame. You are not here to find fault. You are here to reclaim. We're not just healing matrilineal trauma. We're learning to mother ourselves from a place of truth. Not from survival, but from sovereignty. Not from what we were taught, but from what we now remember. Because the gap in your healing is not more information. More information won't bridge this gap. It's time and space to listen to what your body has been trying to say all along. This is your permission to pause, to feel, to listen. Make time, create the space. You can heal yourself. I'd like to share a ritual with you now on reparenting the parts that never felt safe. It's a somatic reparenting ritual with sacred touch, breath, and remembrance. I invite you to join me. Close your eyes and place one hand on your heart and the other over your belly. Now take a slow, generous inhale. Breathe deep into your belly, then fill your lungs. And at that top note, just see if you can take a little bit more. Now exhale with a soft sigh. Not a performance, just permission. Now, bring your awareness to the part of you that never felt safe to rest. The one who learned to earn love. The one who became everything for everyone else. The one who stopped asking for what she needed because she never saw it mirrored. Breathe into her. And let your exhale become a lullaby. Now gently press your fingertips into the center of your chest. This is your heart space and the home of your heart protector. Press softly, just enough to say, I'm here now. With each gentle breath, imagine wrapping her in warmth. Not fixing, not correcting, just being with. And say softly in your heart, I see you. I hear you. I'm sorry you had to hold all of that. You don't have to carry it alone anymore. Allow yourself to feel whatever rises. Tears, numbness, stillness, nothing at all. All of it's sacred. All of it is you coming home to yourself. And now whisper this aloud or within. Make time, create space, heal yourself. When you're ready, release your hands and place them together in front of your heart in gratitude. Your healing didn't begin today, but something sacred did. Before we move into another ritual, let's lean into this. Your life is a calling. You are the lineage midwife, the living bridge between your ancestors' unspoken grief and your own capacity to carry wisdom forward. Perhaps there's a part of you that already feels this stirring, the sense that you were born to hold space for your family's unhealed stories and to translate them into a new pattern of freedom. When you were a child, you may have subconsciously taken on burdens that weren't yours to carry, hoping to ease someone else's unresolved pain. And now you sense that impulse as a sacred invitation to cradle their stories, honor their struggle, and guide them into the light of remembrance. As you listen today, if you have the sacred oil, I invite you to allow Myrrh's grounding aroma to settle into your chest. I want you to feel the gentle pulse of 963 hertz frequency weaving through your nervous system, opening your third eye and your crown to divine remembrance. Let this be a moment you step into your role as a lineage midwife, trusting that you have everything you need to carry forward the wisdom that was whispered before words existed. Each episode in the sacred series is a somatic breadcrumb, offering you a grounded, repeatable ritual to help you reclaim your body's innate wisdom and unwind inherited patterns passed down through your lineage. These are not just practices, they are portals, crafted to be simple yet potent. These rituals guide you into a deeper relationship with the sacred signals your body has always known how to speak. Somatic rituals for chronic symptoms, inherited trauma, and energy healing. Each of the 8 episodes include one story, a mirror for the pain you may be living in your body, one ritual to unlock release, not force a fix, just release, one acupressure point to speak directly to the somatic imprint, and we'll start that in episode 32. One essential oil to energetically harmonize what rises, one herbal tea to nourish your body as it remembers, one deeper truth to echo through your healing, and one blessing to seal the work and guide you forward. This series begins here, without an acupressure point today, so you can ground in the energetic opening itself. And the ritual elements for today's initiation include Myrrh essential oil. I invite you to diffuse this or simply anoint Myrrh at your heart center. Or take your hands to your nose and inhale its warm resonance vibration. Myrrh anchors you to your lineage, to the earth, and to your own heart wisdom. So allow each breath to carry you deeper into remembrance. If you don't have the oil, just imagine what that would feel like to feel grounded and to feel your own heart wisdom. The frequency ritual is 963 hertz, and it's playing softly in the background. This divine frequency is said to awaken higher consciousness and reconnect you to your soul's purpose. So feel this frequency in your forehead, behind your eyes, and at the crown of your head. Listen for a hum, or feel the tone, or just a gentle awakening. A spiritual shift is reverberating across this planet, and your soul is listening. Let us use an herbal tea ritual to be the light code that awakens your hidden self. I invite you to brew white tea with rose petals for this week. And as the water steeps, visualize the delicate pink petals infusing purity and soul remembrance into your body. And as the tea cools, add some organic honey if you want a little bit of sweetness, and then sip this tea slowly like a ritual. With each sip, feel your cellular memory awaken, like a gentle whisper of old stories returning home. Because if you listen deeply and you go into a feeling moment, they're there. The deeper truth ritual for this week is inviting you to close your eyes and place one hand on your chest and one on your belly. And we'll breathe deeply. And after your exhale, you silently repeat, "Listen to what my body is trying to say, not what I've been taught to silence." Listen to what my body is trying to say, not what I've been taught to silence. Allow whatever sensation arises, heat, coolness, tingles, tightness, allow it all to surface. No judgment, just witness. And at the end of your ritual, place your hands in prayer at your heart center and whisper, "May I remember what was never spoken. May I carry what is mine and lovingly release what is not, with reverence to my mother, my grandmother, and my great-grandmother before me." Allow this blessing to resonate in your bones before moving through your day. This is a portal to natural healing, not a prescription. It's a portal to healing chronic symptoms and generational pain, and I am not here to fix you. I am here to remind you. Your symptoms are sacred signals. Your body is not a battleground. It's a map to ancestral truths, to unspoken grief, to silent stories that now seek expression through you. This isn't a series to take notes on. It's a soul transmission to feel in your tissues. You may hear echoes of yourself in these stories, and you may feel an unraveling begin. You may even feel resistance, because the truth that's been buried for a long, long time just might start to surface. Some symptoms will quiet, and some emotions are going to rise, and some burdens may finally be laid down. Remember this. You are not alone, and you are not broken. You are healing a lineage by listening. The symptoms you've carried may not be yours. The fatigue, the hot flashes, chronic conditions, weight gain, the shame, the self-sacrifice. What if it was passed to you like a thread, waiting for someone to say, "No more"? This series is about that moment, that decision to say, the story ends with me and a new one begins. And I'd like to offer this as a closing transmission, the soul contract of healing. My mother may never understand. My family may never validate, but the field hears me. The ancestors stir. The future daughters rise. Because I said the thing. Because I stayed when the pattern wanted me to disappear. Because I turned pain into a portal and I kept it open for others. And let this be remembered. We do not live inside the wound forever. We are not meant to stay in unraveling. This remembering, this unlayering, this grief is not where the story ends. It's the midpoint, the hinge, the holy turning. We are here to close the loops, to break the trance, to initiate new truths, and to rise together into the rhythm of Sophia's pulse, where we no longer just heal, we alchemize, and we pour gold into the ancestral cracks. We become the breath our lineage never exhaled. Because this is not just healing, it's the alchemy that makes us whole. This isn't just my voice. This is the voice of remembrance, and it's yours now, too. Begin your journey to heal chronic pain and rewrite lineage patterns. But for now, just pause. Feel the stillness. And say yes. Lean into that sacred crack of ancestral remembering. Feel the reciprocity of love and light between you and your foremothers as you decode the message carried within you to heal yourself and humanity. Before we step into episode 32, if you haven't yet already, please take my quick frequency self-check. It's 5 quick questions and an introspective quiz to discover which frequency your body is calling for right now. And it gives a little hint as to what some of the ancestral traumas or symptoms are feeling like. The link's going to be in the show notes. And with your quiz results, you're going to get an email that will allow you to download PDFs and the accompanying ritual guides that you get after you take the quiz to help you make sense of the questions. So look for that in the show notes, or you can actually get that as well on my website at healingtouchnaturalessentials.com. If your heart quickens at the thought of this next sacred journey, if you feel that familiar pulse of remembrance, then you are invited to call me in. Simply reply with "Yes, Marci" in the comments, or DM me on Instagram or Facebook. I'm at Healing Touch Natural Essentials on Instagram and Marcia Ann Lubore on Facebook. And together, we'll step into episode 32 and beyond. I hold profound gratitude for how far you've come, how courageously you've opened to the 5 frequencies of healing, and I await your invitation with grace. Thank you for being the keepers of your own light and the light of our collective healing. Until we gather again, know that by saying yes, you're stepping into the freedom from ancestral burdens that your body has been longing for. And when you answer this call, you're not just liberating your own body, you're igniting freedom in every life your healing touches. This is collective ascension in action. Before you go, what sacred crack are you being called to honor today? Walk this path, where your healing becomes our resonance. The seed is sown, your breath knows, your body is remembering, and I trust the healing is already unfolding. Make the time, create the space, heal yourself. Before you go, remember to hit the follow button so you never miss an episode, and be sure to follow my blog for visuals of all the acupressure PDFs to enhance your learning. I'm Marci Lubore, and I'll meet you here next time on Natural Healing at Your Fingertips.